Hey Flosstube, it is Michelle from Made by Michelle McGraw. This is Flosstube number 62. It is November 29th, 2021. Had to think about that. And I want to welcome everybody who is new. Thank you for joining me. And if you haven't already liked and subscribed, please do that. And thank you to all my returning friends who are coming to sit and listen to me ramble about cross stitch. Thank you so much. I recently passed 6,000 subscribers, which I don't even want to call them subscribers. I want to say I have 6,000 friends who come and hear me talk about cross stitch, and then you guys so sweetly send me messages and comment below. You follow me on Instagram and we talk on Instagram, and it's so nice. So thank you so much. It blows me away. It blows me away. But what better, I mean, it's just fantastic to think that we have this whole community. And there's over 6,000 of us here. So that's just great. So thank you so much. If you don't already subscribe, hit the like and subscribe button, and let's get into the cross stitch, because that's what we're all here for. So a couple of updates. I will have a giveaway for my 6,000 subscribers, and I will do the giveaway from last time. So I think it's only been 3 weeks, but it feels like it's been forever. So I filmed a little, I should say on time, because I like to do every 2 weeks, but that doesn't always happen. It's sometimes more like 3. I went on a trip with my girlfriends down to Disney. It was a very short trip. We left on Thursday and came back on Sunday. Well, I should say they came back on Sunday. So while we were headed down there, my husband said, "Do you want to go to Miami with me?" And I was like, wait, what? So he said, "I have to pick up a truck in Miami. I can meet you somewhere and pick you up." And I was like, okay. So we didn't know where we were going to meet until literally that day. And like, he was coming down from North Carolina. We were coming up from Florida. So we actually met him in Jacksonville. My friends pulled into a little shopping center right off the highway that has a Duluth Trading, which my husband loves to shop at because he wears a lot of the work gear and stuff like that. So we stopped there. When we pulled in, I got my stuff out of the car, and literally probably 4 minutes, my husband pulled in a big truck with trailer. So for those that don't know, we are in the grading business. We have a concrete recycling yard, so everything we have is big. So when I say that my husband came in a big truck, he came in a big tractor trailer, big truck with a trailer behind it. We went to go pick up another big truck and put it on the trailer. And then, so we met him there. Him and I went to Duluth Trading. We ate lunch there, and then we drove down to Miami, picked up the truck, came back up the road, stopped in South Carolina. I don't remember where in South Carolina. Something else he had to pick up. We were able to put it on the same trailer. And then we came home. We were home for a day, and I was doing wash and just trying to get caught up because I hadn't been here. And then my middle son goes to the mountains during Christmas tree season because he works at a Christmas tree farm for some friends. He's done it since he was like 10, and the kid's going to be 17 this month. Like, he's done it for a long time, and he loves it. And they have a mountain house that they stay in when the workers are all up there, and it's all the guys, and they have a good time, and he makes good money, and he loves it. So he had all of his work clothes. So I was doing laundry constantly that day, got the laundry done, and my husband said, "I need to go to Nashville. Do you want to go to Nashville with me?" And I was like, okay, I'll go to Nashville. It's fine. It's fine. I cross stitch in the truck because I can, and so I don't mind. And it gives him company, so he's not driving by himself. So we went to Nashville. We left the next day, went to Nashville. We picked up something in Nashville and then spent the night, and then came back the next day. So not too bad, but like that whole week was gone. I was gone. So what was supposed to be a short Disney trip turned into Michelle just traveling for the entire 2 weeks. But that's okay. That's okay. I got a lot done. I will show you all of that. I did put up my Christmas tree. You can't see it this year. Normally my Christmas tree is right somewhere about there in that room, which you can't see because it's behind this wall. We actually moved it, and everybody has liked where I put it this year because you don't have to walk around it. So it's kind of tucked in a corner this year. They seem to like it. Maybe it'll stay there, I don't know. I have a dog outside that's being very naughty, and so just bear with me. I hope he stops. I might have to get up and tell him to stop. He's just very wired this morning. I don't know what is outside that is bothering him so bad, but it's bothering him. So I don't know what is bothering him. All right, let's get to the giveaway really quick from last week. Or last time. So, the giveaway was Fairy Wool in the Wood, Frank the Gingerbread Man. And I stitched this. Love this pattern. One of my favorite ones this year. And Ellen R. Ellen, you have won the pattern. So I will put my email down below. It is madebymichellemcgraw@gmail.com. I will put it in the show notes. You can also message me on Instagram. My handle over there is madebymichellemcgraw. Either way, I get both of those messages really well. So either way, send me your YouTube name, which is Ellen R, your mailing name, your legal name, and your mailing address, and I'll pop that in the mail to you. All right, let's go ahead and just do the giveaways for this week. That way I can get them out of the way and clear off my table. All right, so the number one, we're gonna go by numbers, just the number, numerical numbers. Don't spell out the word, just numbers. So the first one is Merry Mouse by Brenda Gervais, and I'm gonna hold it the way so you can see the pattern. Merry Mouse, and you're gonna say 1. So this is number 1. I have sticky notes, so I'm putting them on there so I know which one is which number. All right, this is number 2. This is New York Dreamer Home Sweet Home Collection, Home for the Thanksgiving. Now, I have this one, and it is beautiful. Very, very beautiful. I love it. It's one of my favorite Thanksgiving fall finishes. I did not stitch this. I bought the model out of my local LNS. And so since I already have it, I'm gonna pass the pattern on to you. I did not realize it was in my stash, and I won't use it. So you're gonna say number 2 on that. Okay, and then this one is from Birds of a Feather, Wish Upon a Star Christmas Stocking, number 3. I really like these Birds of a Feather stockings. So far, none of my kids have chosen them, that they want them, but I really like them. So maybe I just have to do them. These are duplicates that I found in my stash. So passing them on to you. The next one, number 4, Snow Day Christmas Stocking from Birds of a Feather. Excuse me, I have a little bit of a gunky throat, so excuse me if you hear me clear my throat. We are all battling sinuses. It got really cold here, and so all of us are battling it. Okay, this is a Stitch Wintertime from Needle Love Company, and it shows these on sweaters, but you definitely don't have to do them on sweaters. So, excuse me, excuse me, I had to sneeze too. You get it all today. Okay, so this would be number 5, and I think these would be good Santas for stand-ups or ornaments, even the snowman. So that's number 5, and our last one is Special Delivery Christmas Stocking from Birds of a Feather, and that would be number 6. So just put those letters down, and you could put, or those numbers, I'm sorry. You could put all of them, some of them, one of them, none of them, doesn't matter, whatever. But you'll be entered into the giveaway, which I use random comment generator to pick. All right, let's get into the stitching because that's what we're here for. I have a lot to show you. I want to show you my first fully finished, and I'm so pleased. Give me a second. It may fall down and I'll have to fix it, but I knew he was going to fall. Okay. So, as y'all know, I have been stitching my Nativity set. And I got 3 pieces done this year, which is what was my goal, was to do 3 pieces. Now I'm going to tip you guys just a little bit. Sorry, look away if you get sick. Okay. So my sister got me this Hobby Lobby barn. I will show you all these pieces separately, but I want to show you it first, okay? And this was the idea to put my nativity in. So there is my nativity set in the barn, and I will show you the pieces individually. So it was my goal to do 3 stand-ups this year, 3 finishes for this. Let me move this out of the way. I'm going to show you the barn first, and then I'll show you the pieces individually. So the barn is at Hobby Lobby, and I know it's still available because my sister just bought one. It's very popular, I will tell you. Okay, it says it's $79.99. I did not pay that. There is the ticket. I did not pay that. That seems odd because I didn't pay that at all. I think it was like $40 maybe. Okay, my door will not stay shut as I'm sitting here holding it. But there's my barn. It's open on the back. I love it. Love it. So when I saw this, my sister sent me a video or a picture of a nativity set in there. She had bought me that just to use as a decoration. And I was like, I'm going to use it for my nativity set because I think that's perfect. And I have it on my kitchen table. And so I'm actually in my kitchen. So where I have my holder for my phone, which is what I film on. Excuse me, let me just get a drink. Is where I put the barn. I love it. I simply couldn't be happier. So let me show you my pieces. You've seen these done before, but not finished. So I fully finished them into stand-ups. I'm going to start with Joseph. And this is a pattern that is from my pattern came as a kit from Jan Lynn. It is no longer sold as a kit. It is sold just the pattern on Cooler. I know it is available in 1-2-3 Stitch. I will say I don't know that you need the kit because I'm not using anything from the kit. The floss was not sorted. There's a lot of floss. There's a lot of pieces to this pattern. There's Mary, Joseph, Jesus, the 3 wise men, the angel, there's cows, there's camels, there might be a sheep, there's a shepherd boy. I mean, there's so many. I think there's 13 pieces to this pattern. It was a lot of floss. I was not sorting it. The pattern had DMC colors listed. I pulled DMC. I may start pulling some of the floss and like putting it on my DMC cards that I know goes with it. But in all honesty, it's a lot of shading too. So I'm not looking forward to that. And I might not even do it. I don't know. We'll see. But anyhow, I have used DMC, which is what the pattern called for, just not the kit DMC. I did not use the backing fabric. The backing fabric that came with my kit was a gray felt. It was just a cheap felt. I used fabric, which I'll show you. And yeah, so the pattern itself is well worth it. Very nice nativity set. Let me show you up close. There is Joseph. There is a lot of back stitching. This is old school stitching, old school shading. They are beautiful. So I finished him into a stand-up using Vanna Pfeiffer's tutorial. So she does great tutorials. She is the Twisted Stitcher. I always want to say sister. Telling my age now. The Twisted Stitcher on YouTube. And she does these marvelous tutorials on how to finish and walks you step by step and shows you it all, and they're free. So check her out because she's a wealth of information. Wealth. I always learn something every time I watch one of her videos, and I would say I'm a beginner sewer. I'm still learning, and every time I watch her video, I try to pick one thing that I know that I'm not doing well or I could improve upon, and that's what I work on the next time I do a finish. And that's what I keep trying to do every time, and I do rewatch her videos a lot. They are a wealth of information. That's all I can say. They're just awesome. So there's Joseph. Here is my backing fabric, which is just a plaid. It's showing up a little bit lighter. It's more of a tan, which I thought went with, because everybody kind of has different coloring, I thought it was kind of neutral enough to go with everything. There's the bottom. And I did put my label on him. I really wanted the year on one of them because I didn't put the year on my other two, and I wanted the year on him. This year, my labels are bigger that have the year on them, so I trimmed it down so it would fit on him. I probably could have put him on the bottom, but I didn't think about that when I did it. Oh well, sorry. Next year, I do have some 2022 labels that are smaller. I don't always put the year on my labels, but I did it the last time I ordered and I loved it. A lot of people ask me about my labels. I get them from Ever Emblem. I will link it down below in my show notes. It is on Etsy. I've never had an issue with them. I've been very pleased and I love their labels. They're iron-on labels. So I will link it down below. All right, so there's Joseph as a stand-up. And I'm just gonna set them back up here. Here is Mary. She's beautiful shading. And I did put an emblem or a label on her, but it didn't have the year. So I wanted that one to have the year. So my goal was to do these three. I did these three. This project will go on the shelf, and next year I will stitch at least 3 more pieces would be my goal. So that's Mary. She's very pretty. I love her. And then here is the baby Jesus. And they all have the same backing fabric. So I will show them up close. Love them. It is one of my favorite nativity patterns. I did find another nativity pattern that was kind of in the same shading realm. It was a leisure art one. It's an older leaflet. I stuck it in my book because it had a cow and maybe a donkey, and I thought that that was definitely something I could add to my nativity set to make it even bigger. Not that I need more to do, but I stuck it in that, and maybe I'll use that next year. Okay. And then I have this little sign that says Nativity or Silent Night, and I just stuck it in there. All right. The next thing, I have a Flosstube that is going to go up. I'll probably do it in a couple days. It was filmed last time where I talked about an exchange that I did. And the exchange that I did the Calico Confectionery Old Father Christmas, and I did these two for my exchange partner, which was Celeste from Celeste Creates. And I was Celeste's partner as well. So Celeste sent me a beautiful card with a cardinal, and she also sent a wonderful sugar cookie recipe. And I love this idea. I adore getting people's recipes that they love. And so thank you so much. She also sent a wonderful Cardinal Ornament. Love it. I can't wait to put him on the tree. I also think I'm going to save him out and put him in one of my displays for winter as well. So he's going to get a lot of use. Love him. I'm not sure if she made him, but he's really cute. He's adorable. I love him. So that was wonderful. And then I got my exchange. And I think on my exchange, there was a little questionnaire and you could fill it out. Christmas, winter, woodsy. Like what did you like? Did you like bright? Did you like natural? And I think I put woodsy on there because that's kind of what my tree is, even though it has homemade ornaments as well. She knocked it out of the park. I love it. Let me show you. It's fabulous. I love this. And her whole thing was themed. So as soon as I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, she did so good. I love it. I love this. This was a pattern from, and I'm going to say it wrong, Crochet Go-Go, something like that. And it's a free pattern, I think is what she said in our chat. They have a bigger pattern that has something very similar, but it doesn't have the snowman in it. So I don't know where the free pattern is, maybe on their blog. It's adorable though. I loved her piecing. She's a quilter, so this is beautiful. And then if that's not enough, if this isn't pretty enough, okay, look at the back. She stitched a little cardinal back there, and we have the buttons and a star and a little pine cone. I mean, this is just amazing. This is amazing. So thank you so much, Celeste. I had the best time stitching for you. I hope you love your exchange. I adore this. So thank you so much. That was really fun. It was an exchange organized by Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch, and Liz had invited, I think she said there was 20 people invited, or that ended up in the stitch part, knowing that I think maybe 1 or 2 couldn't do it. And she said that was all she could manage, was 20. I highly recommend doing a stitch exchange. It was super, super fun to stitch something for someone else. And you could be as specific as you wanted, or you could be very, like, stitch what you want for me. And so, it was a lot of fun. It was beautiful to see everybody's exchanges. That I think everybody that was in the exchange had a floss tube. So I'm hoping that you guys will be able to see all of the exchanges through different floss tubes. They were really fun. You could definitely organize an exchange with your friends through a Facebook group, through online. And I would also recommend doing an exchange of off season. Christmas was super fun, but a lot of people are busy. And I don't know whether we lost some because they were just like, oh, I don't really have time right now. But think about like an Easter exchange or a Halloween exchange or a 4th of July exchange, Americana exchange. Now you could do overseas people, they probably wouldn't like that, but you know, maybe a summer's exchange where you could do a beach theme or, you know, something along that lines, and organize it with some people because it was so much fun. I adored doing that. So thank you to Elizabeth Ann who organized that and invited me to join. Thank you so much. All right, I have more to show. So I hear my voice getting groggy. I'm so sorry. I don't like to drink on camera, but it's that time of year. Okay, this pattern was from Britter Cup, and it was a stocking. I did not do the full pattern. There was supposed to be another kitten, I think over here. And so I did not do those. I modified it just to have a little Christmas finish, and I love it. And this will go in one of my racks or my dough bowl or something along that line. So I finished him with just some speckled fabric, my label, and I loved how he turned out. I think this was stitched on 14 count cream and sugar from Fiber on a Whim, and I just picked my own colors for the pattern. So I wanted like a soft greens. So that's kind of where I started with and then went from there. Okay, my next finish is for my niece. And this is the pattern that I said I have to tell y'all this. So it's from Stitching Land Dobby. It is not available anymore, but you could definitely contact her. She's on Etsy. But there's the pattern. And I kept saying, there's not a second B, and his name is 2 B's. And my sister said, I think the sock is the next B. And then I had like so many people comment, I think the sock is supposed to be the B. And I'm like, you're not wrong. I missed it. So I just left his name off, but y'all saw it and I didn't. Sorry. It's brilliant. I just over my head. All right, so here's my finish. This is an ornament for my niece. She has a Harry Potter themed tree. So I finished him. He's really, really cute. Now, I found this yarn at Hobby Lobby, and it's a super, super fuzzy yarn. And I thought he would look so cute, warm and fuzzy. The backing fabric, this is the first time I've used this fabric. It is a knit stretch fabric. So I don't know if you could see, it's very, very stretchy. I was not able to pack this ornament as tight as I normally do because the fabric stretched, and I didn't want to poke a hole in him. The fact that he's going on a Christmas tree probably is okay that he's not as packed full as I normally do. But she's a Slytherin fan, so I wanted to get this little Slytherin, you know, the snake and all that. And it's some Harry Potter fabric that I had that is knit, and I honestly don't know what I'm gonna use them for, so it was perfect. With that, the corners fold a little bit because it's that knit fabric behind it, but I actually think it looks cuter when I push the corners in. So I was like, no, I actually like that. So I think it turned out good. Kind of a mistake using the backing fabric, but I really did like it. So that is her ornament for this year. That goes to my niece, Reese. And I'm gonna have to mail that up to her. She's at ECU. And so I'm gonna have to mail that to her because she went back to school before I had it done. All right, the next one is By the Bay Needle Art. It is Santa at the Seashore. Why is that word so hard to say? But this is the pattern. And I did not do all of it. I did just the Santa with his seahorses pulling his sled. Now, my nephew has a beach themed tree in his room. So I thought that this would go really well. I did it for him. Here's his backing fabric, the label. And instead of using a trim, I used some ribbon that I scrunchied on there. I don't know what it is. I sew all of my trim on, so I thought it was kind of pretty. It's a sheer ribbon. And I used the same holders. I used buttons to put on my little holder. When I do a long ornament like this, I like my holders to be like this so it can sit on the Christmas tree evenly. If I put it in the middle, I sometimes find that they end up like this. So I like a really balanced, longer ornament. That's just my preference. Okay. Now, the next finishes that I have are the ornaments that I did my sons. And they are, I'm going to show you one pattern, but they're all from Stitching with the Housewives. One of them is Freedom Delivery. So, I don't know the name. I think Bringing Home the Tree, and I don't know what the other name is. But they're all from Stitching Housewives, and Cyber Monday had a sale. Today is Cyber Monday. And I loaded up my cart and bought some more patterns. So this is the first one that I did, and I finished them all three the same. And this is for my middle child since he works at the tree farm. And this is the backing fabric. And I put a little piece of cross-stitch material. I cross-stitched their initials on it so that I know whose is whose. And then there is a little hook with some like little ornaments that I got. They're mini ornaments from Michael's. So that's the first one. And this is the second one. This is for the youngest. He picked out this one. I don't know the name of this one, but it's on Stitching Housewives. You could see it. And I finished it the exact same way. There's the backing fabric. There's his initials. And here are the little ornaments that I put on him too, the little lights. I think he turned out super cute as well. And then the last one, this one is for my oldest, and he picked this one out. And I love this one. This one turned out really cute. I like that one. And he has his lights over here, which are blue and red, since it had mainly blue and red. And there is his backing with his initials. The idea is that one day they will take all their ornaments and put them on their own tree. So I do want to make sure that they get the ornament that I made for them. So I like to put their initials on it. I just use a scrap of fabric as I'm cutting it, and I stitch it on with some thread, and then I use some Aleene's tacky glue and hold it on there, and there you go. So that's how I do their label on top of my label. All right, the next one I stitched for my son's girlfriend, Mackenzie, and it is Britter Pets from Britter Cup Designs. It was stitched on a 25 count mystery Lugana. I actually think it was left over from my winter ABCs, so I used a piece of that. And I finished this yesterday for her. Now they have a puppy called Moose, and so I was gonna do a snowman finish for her. And then when I saw this, and she's always like, Moose is adorable. He is a Springer Spaniel, but he's getting big, and she like forces him to snuggle. So when I saw that it said snuggle with me, I was like, no, I have to do this for her. So I did this. If you know any Britter cup, they're pretty minimal designs. So because this was a minimal design, I got fancy on the trim. See if you can see this. It's beading. And I beaded it. I used Helen D's tutorial where she shows how she does this. And I really, really liked it as a trim on here since it was a minimal design. Mackenzie picked out her backing fabric, and I did put her initials here and then my label. So that is her ornament as well. So I showed it to her and I said, it's done. You can't have it until I do a Flosstube. So she could take that home today. All right. Those are my fully finishes, and let's get into my finishes now. So one of the things that I showed you guys before was the Quilty Barn from Lori Holt Be in My Bonnet. And I modified the design. I put this barn with a silo. I added the silo because I really like a barn with a silo. I loved that gingham silo. And I left this blank, and an Instagram friend had showed where she put a magnet there, and then she could change out what she puts in her barn. And I think that that is brilliant. So that's what I'm going to do. I pulled this out of my stash, which I may use for my finish. If I can hold this up, it would fit. And then I could also put like a, well, it might just fit there because once I put the backing fabric on it, it might just fit there perfectly. I don't know. We'll see. I pulled this out to see, but this is the barn part. When I was stitching in the car, I stitched some pieces to change out for there. Now, I used scrap fabric that I had. So here's a snowman. All of these are from Lori Holt's Be in My Bonnet patterns. So that's the snowman. Here is a Christmas tree. Got a fuzzy on it. And here is a rooster because I loved the rooster. So I'm just stitching those. Those take no fabric at all. And I'm just literally picking fabric off my little scraps and I'm using them. It's a great way to use some scraps up, and I will do some things that I can interchange. They don't take long at all, so I really do like those. They take no time at all. All right, if you wanted to know, this one was stitched on 16 count Ariel from Picture This Plus. Dobby was stitched on 14 count Picture This Plus Dusk. Those are my cards. Okay, I'll show you this other one. This is not a finish for right now. Let me get something behind it or you'll be able to see through it. This was a project that I started a while back, and it is a large sampler. It's a Quaker sampler, Alice by Ari TM. And I decided I didn't want to do the whole sampler. So I cut this off, and I'm going to finish it into a pillow because I really do like Alice. And I'm going to finish it into a pillow. So just kind of sharing that with you. Not really a finish. I mean, I finished it at one time, but I took that out of my whip pile because I think I'm going to like it better, that piece. Some of the other pieces, I was like, I don't know where I put it now, but I can still use that. So don't ever throw away stitching. Like if you decide to change, like abandon a whip, can you use pieces of it and make small pillows with them? I've done that several times and I really like that. Okay, I did not bring the pattern for this, and this is Button Up from Prairie Schooler. And I'm stitching this on 14 count stone with white mini dots. That's the description of the fabric. And my color conversion is from I'm going to say it. It is CALI_HIKO, Stitching Faye. She is a fantastic stitcher on Instagram, and that's where I got it. Now, I'm going to hold up my color conversion. If anybody's interested in this for button up, take a screenshot, and I will show you my finishes. So one of these I had done, I think it's the first, let me put something behind it. I think it's the first one I'm showing. I think I had that done last year. So I changed the colors to be more wintry. The other one had more reds in it and it looked a little Christmassy, and I didn't want mine to be Christmassy. Here's the snow angel. So when I saw her conversion, I was like, that is perfect. I'm not sure I used the colors exactly in the same place she did, but they're similar. There's another one. And then there's the dog sled. And I need to fully finish those so they can go up and stay up through winter. So I really enjoyed doing those. This dog is driving me nuts today. I'm so sorry. He's just going to come in here and like bark too, because there's something out there really bothering him today. Okay, the next one was kind of going to be a different project, but as it turned out, I wasn't crazy about it. So this is Happy Christmas from the Prairie Schooler, this pattern. And I did it on 14 count Picture This Plus Dusk. Now, I would recommend going with a blue, a little bit lighter blue, because, and I'll show you why. My green did not show up well. Now, it's showing up decently on camera. I don't know. I mean, that's kind of how it shows up. So you've got the trees and the sled, and it does show up, but I think my fabric was too dark and I should have changed the green color, and I didn't. I was going to do this as a long piece, and when I kind of got to the end of this, I decided this was all I was going to do. I was going to make it into a mini pillow. But I think this pattern would be great as a long piece done all horizontal. And maybe one day I will do that, but not on this fabric. I'll change the fabric and redo it. But it's fine. It'll make it into it as a little pillow, and it'll be fine. Okay, the next finish I have is Gingerbread Cookie from Stitching with the Housewives. And I did this on 18 count Black Aida. And I used all the called for threads. Now, what I did do was I left off this bottom section, and I may go back and restitch that at some point as a separate pillow. But I just did the recipe part for my gingerbread display. And I really liked the size that it was turning out to be, so I just kind of did it this way. Really like that. All right, the last of my finishes are 2x2 from Prairie Schooler. And let me show you the pattern. I'll show you the pattern and my whip, because I do have a whip going with this one too. Although I just realized I don't have a card for that one. Oh no, I do. So I'll show you my whip. It's not exciting. It's 2x2. I have to look at the pattern to see. Yes, this is the top. Not exciting. I'm doing the ostriches on there, which are right here. But I finished this is 2x2, 2, and this is 2x2. So there's 2 patterns from Prairie Schooler. And I finished the zebras. Now, Mama Loves You GB always says zebras. It's what I'm going to forever call them, zebras. It's way better than zebras. Zebras. It's my new thing. So those are done. I'm working on the ostriches. I am stitching that on 28 count Lugana from Bestitch Me in the color Camo. Okay, so I showed that. And then I just have 2 more whips. This one was kind of a last minute decision to do, which is fine. I am doing "O Come All Ye Faithful" from Prairie Schooler, and it is in the Song of the Seasons book. And I'm doing, let me make sure, nope, this one, right down there. I am stitching this on 25 count Mystery Lugana. It is the same one that I did Mackenzie's ornament on and my winter ABCs. I don't know the name of it. I think it is from Be Stitch Me, but I'm not 100% sure. I am stitching this 1/1. So it is super, 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 super tiny, but I love it. I wanted it tiny because I wanted to make it an ornament. So I really do like that. I'm working on that one. That is probably going to be my last Christmas one that I start. I am going to be moving away from Christmas and going to winter. So that's probably my last one. Trying to get my cover page for my last whip, which is, oh, where is it at? It is underneath me. Year of the Tiger from Frosted Pumpkin. Let me show the cover page. 2022, and I am doing this on 25 count Pebble Lugana by Lori Holt. I'm stitching this 2/2 because I wanted it bigger. I've made a little bit more progress. I've done around the border. I've started filling in the ornaments. This was my first project. I think I'm probably going to take this to work and work on this a couple days because I would like to get it done so that I could have it for 2022. So I think it needs a little more time than just a little bit of time at dinner. So, all right, those are all my whips, my finishes. Let's see, I have some haul, but I don't have, well, I have haul. Here's a random string from I don't know where. I have haul, but some of these are free patterns, so I really don't have that much. We'll go through it. This is Winter Tranquility from Twin Peak Primitives, and this was a free pattern for 24 hours. And I was able to grab that. I love Twin Peak Primitives patterns, so that was awesome. If you don't follow them, go and follow them because they do that every once in a while. They have a free pattern. I think that was for one of the sisters' birthdays, so that was awesome. This is Teresa Kogert, Ode to St. Nick. It's the 2021 freebie. And I think that is on her blog or it was in her newsletter. I'm not sure which one. But go sign up for her newsletter so you can get them. This one came in. This is a auto ship that I'm doing. And it's Home Sweet Home. And this one is Rosewood Manor. And they're all, I'll show you up close. It's By the Bay Needle Art. And that's the one that came. And here's all of them. I would like to do them individually because I think they would just be pretty as individual pillows. Okay, this next one is a Halloween one, but I finally bought it because I love it so much. It is going in my Halloween to do next year. This is Little Horror Series from Little Stitcher, and it's Jack the Ripper. And I just liked how minimal it was. But I'm a huge true crime. I listen to true crime podcasts. I don't want to say fan because that seems weird because I don't like the killers, but I think it's fascinating how cops go about interviewing and talking to them and finding the evidence and then like trying to figure out why they do what they do. I don't know. So anyhow, he had to be bought. Jack the Ripper. Loved him. This is a free pattern and I cannot remember where I got it from. It is a free Christmas chart for 2021 by Angels Bright Sweet Wing Studio. So maybe you can Google those, but that is so pretty. And it said, the shepherds heard the story proclaimed by Angels Bright, how Christ the Lord of Glory was born on earth this night. I think that was very pretty. And it was free. Loved that. These I bought on Etsy because I saw the design pop up in a Facebook group, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce this last name. I'm going to hold it up. I I think the name of the shop might be X Stitch Little Stories, but I will hold up all of it, the name and everything. You could screenshot and try to find it. But it's Santa and Mrs. Claus, and I love these vintage looking ones. So here's her name up top. But then she also has, down here is her store. I think that's her store. So I loved those, and as soon as I saw them, I went to Etsy and bought them. They're fantastic. Now, the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery had a sale on all of their PDFs a while back, and I bought the Cozy Cafe Club. Now, this is not something typically I would do. I don't really like it all together, and it's still missing two parts. You could see them blurred, but hear me out. How cute would it be just to do the cider cup or just do the lemonade cup? There's a latte, a mocha. Like, it would be so cute just to do them as little pillows. It was on sale, so I bought it. And I got Maple Lane Club, which is only released part 1. It is an adorable fall pattern. I will not stitch that this year, so it's going in my thing for next year. I don't know how I will stitch it yet. I'll have to see how the whole pattern comes out, but I loved that, so I got that. Okay, the next one I got is I got it as a kit from Lindy Stitches, and it is Glad Tidings. Here's the pattern. There's 2 patterns in there, and I bought it as a kit with all the threads and a really amazing bag. So that's it on my haul, which y'all know is unusual for me. Now, I did buy 2 patterns from Tiny Modernist. I haven't printed them out yet, but I bought them because they were on sale. A fellow Flosstuber told me about them, and I was like, oh my gosh, they're on sale. I'm going to get them. So I did. I bought, I think 2 or 3. I haven't printed them, so I'm not 100% sure. And I had things in my cart, and then I narrowed it down. And then I also bought some other patterns that were on sale. I can't remember who from. I'll print them and show them next time. And then I just placed my Stitching with the Housewives order this morning. I have it all ready to print. I just haven't printed them yet. So I did shop more, but I haven't printed those out yet, but I will show you when I print them. Okay, that is it. We are at 47 minutes. I feel like I flew by, but yeah, so I will be back with the giveaway winners. I hope that I can come back before Christmas. Time and people in the house and naughty dogs outside limit when I can film. So I'm going to film whenever I can. My plans are I will be finishing up my Prairie Schooler ornament. That's probably the last one that Christmas one that I'm going to do. I want to finish up the Year of the Tiger. And then I'm going to move on to winter stitching. So through the month of December, I'm going to stitch winter. With the exception is I am going to start my son's ornament. One of my son's, not ornament, stockings. I'm going to start that stocking. It is not going to be done anytime soon, and it's something that I'm going to work on all year long, but I want to get it started. I don't know if that'll be a Christmas Day start. I don't know if I will start it sometime before then and just work on it here and there. But I'd like to get the boys' stockings all done for next year. That's a lofty goal, so I don't know if I'm going to get that or not. I am going to continue to stitch smalls into the new year because I've had so much fun. I've really had a good time. I already have some plans laid out for spring stitching and stuff like that. So I'm going to continue with that. I started stitching Christmas in July, and I will tell you, I feel like I didn't get half of what I wanted to get done. Not wanted, half of projects that I had laid out. There's so many more things that I like, oh, I really wanted to start that, or oh, I really wanted to stitch that, and I ran out of time. And that's been a good solid, 5 months of stitching Christmas. So I don't know if I will do that again next year. Next year, I will definitely be doing my kids' ornaments. my goal is to do them 4 ornaments. This year I did 3 for each of my 3 boys. So next year I'm hoping to do 4 for each boy. So that'd be 12 ornaments. I also do my niece and nephew an ornament. I did my son's girlfriend an ornament. So it's a lot of ornament stitching. I have a basket of stuff that I need to finish for Christmas, and I'm finishing as fast as I can. So every time that I have time to sit down and finish, I'm working on those finishes. What I get done is what I get done, and what I don't, I will get done throughout the year. So that's all I can do. So yeah, it's, I don't like to rush finishing, like, you know, taking the time to do this scrouching, I don't know what that's called, of the ribbon took time. To do that beading on that other ornament took time, but I really liked the result. So I don't like to rush finishing. I like to take my time. So what I get done is what I get done. I will be stitching winter definitely in the month of December, with the exception of my son's stocking and finishing up these 2 projects here that I want to get done this year. And then moving into more winter ones, and then probably in January, I hope to move into some spring stitching, Valentine's Day stitching. I have a couple of really fun projects for Valentine's Day, including I have, if anybody follows me on Instagram, I showed my stand-ups that I did of Thanksgiving friends from Needle Love, which are 2 Indians, 2 pilgrims, and a turkey. And I did those as stand-ups. I showed them on my Flosstube a while ago when I finished them. I have a pattern that has a bride and groom. Now you say, well, why would you do a bride and groom? Well, I would like to do the bride and groom for Valentine's Day because I think that that's pure love, right? But our anniversary, me and my husband's anniversary, is in March, and I think it would be super fun to put them up, like have my little Valentine's Day display. As long as it doesn't say Valentine's, I could leave it up after Valentine's into March and have those bride and groom into March for our anniversary. So I think that would be super cute to do. And then, you know, as years go by, as my sons hopefully find, you know, wonderful women to marry, that I could do it for their anniversary as well, and just do one little shelf of my tray into that display. So we'll see. I really am excited to stitch those and finish those because they're so cute. So hopefully you'll see that as a whip coming up. I hope everybody had a wonderful Thanksgiving. We had a wonderful Thanksgiving with a house full of people. It was wonderful. Christmas will be busy. I'm sure it's busy for everybody. So hopefully I will be back to see you guys at least one more time before Christmas. I do have another video. It was filmed a while ago to show my exchange, my Christmas exchange. And then I think I just showed some other finishes that I had. So it's not a full Flosstube, and I'll be uploading that probably next week, just for, you know, a surprise. Okay, so I'm gonna stop rambling. I'm gonna go clean this all up and probably do laundry. Yeah, that's probably what I need to do. Okay, happy stitching, stay safe. I'll talk to you guys later.